Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NBA 2024-2025 standings week 25. Well, this week was played the last week of the NBA 2024 to 2025 regular season, and now there are defined the teams that will play that qualify to the playoff and the teams that will play the playing tournament. So, for that reason, I'm recording this video where I'm going to talk about how finish each conference and the teams how I told you that qualify to the playoffs and the teams that will play in the play. So let's start. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. Well, in this week was a worrying week in the Eastern Conference because everything was defined. In the beginning of this week, in this last Tuesday or Wednesday, it was everything defined and it wasn't any in play today. So it was a very bored game, bored season. Well, where the Cleveland Cavaliers finished with the best record in the conference and the second best record in the league. They finished with a 64-18 record and they dominated and led this conference from the beginning to the end. They led this conference for 25th straight week. This was amazing and they finish as the best team. So now all the playoffs will have to try to pass to Cleveland. This is amazing. In the second set, finish the Boston Celtics with the second best record in the conference and the third best record in the league. They finished with a 61-21 record and they finished 3 games below the Caps and they finished with an 8-2 record in the last 10 games played. So I think that in this moment the Boston Celtics are the favorite to win this conference and to repeat the NBA Finals and win it. But let's see what happened. In the third place finishes the New York Knicks with a 51-31 record, and they will have home advantage in the first round. In the fourth place finished the Indiana Pacers with a 50-31 record. They made a tremendous basketball level and they closed very great the season. And now because they finished in the fourth place, they're gonna to have a home advantage in the first round. And the Milwaukee Bucks finished with a 48-34 record. They finished a very great season. They finished in a very great performance the week because the season because they finished with a 8 games winning streak. Where remember that they started very bad the season where I think they started 2-10 or 2-12. Later they recovered. They were in the playing zone and later in the playoffs, and this is amazing for them. And the Detroit Pistons were the last teams that qualified direct to the playoff. They finished with a 44-38 record. They played tremendous basketball level because remember that before this season, in the last 5 to 7 season, they were one of the worst team in the league, especially one of the worst team in the league, yeah, especially the last season that they were the second or the worst team in the league, and this is great because they qualify direct to the playoffs, and the teams that will play to the playing tournament. Well, first now there is two series defined where the New York Knicks, the number 3, will play against the number 6, the Detroit Pistons, in the first round. I think that this will be an amazing series, but I think that the New York Knicks in this moment have the advantage because they have the home advantage and they have a better team. And in the other series, the number 4, the Indiana Pacers will play against the number 5, the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember that this is a back-to-back series that will be played for back-to-back season where the last NBA playoff, the Pacers defeated and eliminated the Bucks in the first round. So this will be amazing, and this is a revenge for the Bucks. And in the play-in, they qualify the number 7, the Orlando Magic. They finished with a 500 record, and the rest of the teams, the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Heats, finished with a losing record, and these were the last team that qualified to the play-in. The number 7 Orlando Magic, the number 8 Atlanta Hawks, and the number 9 the Chicago Bulls, and the number 10 the Miami Heats. Remember that in the play-in will be played this week this next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, remember that the Orlando Magic will play against the number 8, the Atlanta Hawks. This game will be played in Orlando, where the winner will qualify to the playoffs as a number 7 team, and the loser will have another opportunity where the number 8 will play between the winner between the number 8, the Chicago Bulls, against the number 10, the Miami Heat. In the second game, the winner will qualify as a set. I think that the Orlando Magic are going to qualify to the 7th set, and I think that the Atlanta Hawks are going to qualify as a set. But let's see, because tomorrow I'm going to record a video where I'm going to give my prediction about this tournament, and the teams that were eliminated. The worst team in this conference in the league, the Toronto Raptors, the Brooklyn Nets, the Philadelphia 76ers, in my opinion, were the deception of the season, because in the beginning of the season they were favorite minimum to qualify to the playoff and fight alongside the Cavs and Celtics to win this conference. This was a very disappointing season. Let's see if they're going to improve the next season. The Charlotte Hornets and the worst team in the conference, and the second worst team in the league, the Washington Wizards, with an 18-64 record. So this is how finished the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, in my opinion, the best conference in the league. It was amazing because this conference was defined today, in the last day of the regular season, where the Oklahoma City Thunder finished with the best record in the conference and in the league with a 68-14 record. This was an amazing performances, and in my opinion, they are the team to beat in this conference, and I think that they are the favorite to represent the Western Conference in the NBA final this next summer. So all the positions are gonna to pass through Oklahoma. So they are the team to defeat. They didn't have any problem, and they clinched the first set 2 weeks before. 2 weeks, like 2 or 2 weeks before. So this is amazing, and they are playing at tremendous basketball level. But below them, it was very exciting because it was very close. You can see that there were only 4 games different from the second set to the 8th set. So this was amazing. The Houston Rockets finished the second set with a 52-30 record. I think that they were one of the surprises of the season, because nobody bet for the Houston Rockets, and they finished it in the second set. They clinched the spot to the playoffs this last Wednesday, and for that reason, the last 2 games against the Lakers and against the Nuggets, they didn't have anything to fight, and they put 2 bench player. In the third set, my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, finished with a 50-32 record. To be honest, one of the another surprise of the season, because nobody expected this great performance from the Lakers. In my opinion, I think that I predicted in the beginning of the season that they were going to fight the play-in tournament, and maybe they were going to be out, or they're not going to qualify to the play-in. But this is great, because this is the first season since the bubble that the Lakers won 50 or more wins, where in that season the season was cut by the COVID. Finished it until October, and it was the last championship of the Lakers, and the last time this was and this is the first time that the Lakers are not going to play the play-in since the bubble, since the 2020. So this is amazing, because the Lakers now will have 1 week to rest to start the NBA playoffs, and the LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves to be ready to the NBA Finals. In the 4th place, finishing the Denver Nuggets with a 50-32 record, the same record that the Nuggets and the Clippers, but the difference here is that the Lakers won both series against the Nuggets and the Clippers, and for that reason the Lakers finished in the 3rd place. Also, the Denver Nuggets finished with a 3 games winning streak, where remember that they fired his former head coach Mike Malone, the coach this last Wednesday, or no, this last Thursday. But it was a surprise, because nobody expected that, because remember that Mike Malone won the NBA the 2023 NBA Finals with the Denver Nuggets. With the Denver Nuggets. So this was a surprise. The Los Angeles Clippers, that finished in the 5th place with the same record that the Nuggets and the Lakers, where today they defeated the Golden State Warriors in overtime, and for that reason they clinched the A set. So they finished with the 8 games winning streak and with 91 record in the last 10 games played. So this will be amazing, and this will be they are gonna to be a very dangerous team. Be careful with the Clippers. And in the 6th set, finishes the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 49-33 record. They finished with a 3 games winning streak, and they finished with a 8-2 records. So the 16 that qualified direct to the playoffs were the Thunders, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Clippers, and the Timberwolves. So in this moment there is two series defined, where my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, will play against the Minnesota Timberwolves and the first round, and then the Denver Nuggets are going to play against the LA Clippers in the first round. So this will be amazing. And remember, I'm going to record a video the next week before the NBA playoffs starts to give my prediction about all the NBA playoffs and the teams that qualified to the playing tournament were the Golden State Warriors as a number 7 set, the Memphis Grizzlies as a number 8 set, the Sacramento Kings as a number 9 set, and the Dallas Mavericks as a number 10 set. So the Golden State Warriors, they lost the opportunity today to clinch direct to the playoff because they lost against the Clippers in overtime today. For that reason, they wasted the opportunity to qualify direct to the playoff as a number 6 set. So this will be the back-to-back season. They're going to be in the play-in. Remember that the last season they were eliminated in the play-in. So now they have a high opportunities to qualify direct to the playoffs. In the number 8, qualified the Memphis Grizzlies with the same record as the Warriors, where the Memphis Grizzlies were most part of the season in the first 4 places of the season, but in the last month, since March, they started to play in a very bad basketball, and for that reason, they fell to the playing tournament. Also, remember that 3 weeks ago, they fired his head coach, Jason Hayden. I don't remember, but even they couldn't improve, and they fell more position. And in the number 9, finishing the Sacramento Kings with a negative record 42, and the Dallas Mavericks were the last team to qualify to the play-in with a 59-43 record. Remember that the Dallas Mavericks were a roller coaster in this season because they started very well the season, but since the Luka Doncic got injured in the NBA Christmas Day, in the last December, he didn't play any more games with the Dallas Mavericks because remember the last February 2nd, the Dallas Mavericks exchange or trade the Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange from Anthony Davis and Matt Christensen. It was a very surprise. Nobody expected that, even me. And I don't know why they did this, but it was his problem. And the Lakers took advantage of that, and for that reason the Lakers finished it this was one of the reasons why the Lakers finished it in the 3rd place. And also the Dallas Mavericks had the bad luck that the Kyrie Irving got injured in March, and he was out or the rest of the season, but they couldn't qualify to the play-in. So in the play-in, they will play the Warriors against the Grizzlies and the Sacramento Kings against the Dallas Mavericks. Remember that the winner between the Warriors and the Grizzlies will qualify as a number 7, and the loser will have another opportunity where the loser of this game will play against the winner between the Kings and against the Mavericks. I think, in my opinion, that the Warriors are going to qualify as a 7 set, and the Grizzlies are going to qualify as a 8 set. But let's see. And the teams that were eliminated were the Phoenix Suns. In my opinion, were one of the exception of the season because they started very well and they have a very great a big three with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Beasley. They were an exception and they couldn't minimum to compete until the last day of the season. They finished with a 36-46 record, and they finished the season with a 1-9 record in the last 10 games played. The Portland Trail Blazers that competed but couldn't qualify. The San Antonio Spurs that they were competing until the February. They were competing to enter to the play-in, but remember that Victor Wembanyama got injured, one Tom Brosis, and he stopped to play after the NBA All-Star, the last game, the last February, and also is another top star, the Aaron Fox didn't play in the last 2 weeks of the season. The Pelicans that also were another deception. They were the second worst team in the league with a 21-61 record. I thought that they were impossibility to minimum to play the play-in, but they were the deception. And the Utah Jazz were finished with the worst record in the league with a 17-65 record. So in this video, I talk about the how each conference finishes, the teams that qualified to the playoffs, and the teams that qualified to the play-in in both conferences. So remember that tomorrow I'm gonna to record a video where I'm gonna talk about my prediction about the NBA 2025 NBA play-in tournament. The teams that are gonna to, in my opinion, the teams that are gonna to play this tournament and the teams that are gonna to qualify to the playoffs. And remember that before the 2025 NBA playoffs starts, I'm gonna to record a video where I'm gonna to give my prediction about everything is gonna to happen in the playoffs. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or comment, any comment or suggestion, you can write me in any social media platform. So see you next video. Jibra.